YouTube fans, here again. As it's my day off work today, I figure why not do this one. I'm going to be talking about the horror movies I hate, horror movies I despise, and horror movies I think suck assholes. Why not? I'm on a rock and roller. Assholes. So why not this one? Why not this one? Horror movies I enjoy, horror movies I love, horror movies I think are damn worth and underestimated. So why not about to do? Now, the first one I'm going to do, I remember thinking about this one being the classic by Dave Barker, being the original, the classic Hellraiser. That's why Hellraiser. So in 1987, it's fancy there, it's horror, you've got a new star being Pinhead, the lot. The only issue is, was Pinhead really the star of the original Hellraiser? Was he the original star of Hellraiser? Think about it. The original star, as we all know, was Frank, Uncle Frank. Then you had Dura. And it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. It's definitely bloodthirsty. And that's what I love about Hellraiser. It's not fucking around with the blood, doesn't fuck around with the door, but it's fancy phone into it. My second favourite horror movie would have to be Hellraiser 2, Hellbound. If you want to see a fancy horror mixed into one, that is the horror movie for you. Because what a lot of horror movies nowadays is lacking, is it had fancy, it had horror, it had a lot going for it, and that's what I loved about Hellraiser. I loved the bit in the labyrinth, got all this weird stuff going on, and the one thing I love is now you can get the director's cut, which is a few extra bits in there, and they've got a bit more of the door added back into it, what originally was trimmed down, and you can now actually have to look so you're seeing it in its uncut form. My only issue is you can never get the uncut version of Hellraiser. But Hellraiser 2, I love it a lot. I gotta admit, the sequels to the Hellraiser films after that went shit. Hellraiser 3, I can watch it as a time waster, but I'm going to put it, Hellraiser 4, Hellraiser 5, Hellraiser 6. After that point, to me, it was Hellraiser in name only. It was Hellraiser in name only. But my other favourite one would have to be fancy, have to be horror, would have to be Wishmaster. Now, a lot of people say it was done by Wes Craven, had his name on it, but was it really a Wes Craven film? But nevertheless, nevertheless, I meant to say, I like Wishmaster, because Wishmaster, in my eyes, it was fancy and it was a good film. It's the idea of this evil genie. He could manipulate your wrists and he could kill you. And I like that. I thought that idea was good. I like that imagination. I like the fact he could manipulate and he could kill you and he could actually alter things. I like that. So Wishmaster, again, if you want to see fancy mixed with horror, you can't go on with Wishmaster. It definitely makes me a good Wish or two. I rate the sequels, I wasn't really keen on, but the original, the classic, Wishmaster, it's a good one. Now think of other horror movies I love. The original, the classic, when it comes to Wes Craven, this is God. Yep, you've tested it. A Nightmare on Elm Street. To me, if you want to see a good, scary horror movie, my favourite actor being Robert Englund, the one, the owner. Fed star being Robert Englund, that'd have to be my favourite horror. Fuck the remake. I like the second one and all. I think it's an underestimated sequel. If you want to look for a tacit horror, if you want to see something what's really scary, A Nightmare on Elm Street is the one. I've always liked Wes Craven. I always remember the very disturbing film he did, being The Last House on the Left. Very interesting film after that, being The Hills Have Eyes, and most of his other ones. But if you want to see really scary horror film, can't go on with A Nightmare on Elm Street. A little bit of the arm stretched out, a little bit where he says, "This is God," a little bit he cuts his fingers off. Everything about that is what a horror movie should be today. And it's lacking. I said this, you want to see the comparison of a good horror movie and a horror movie doing it the shit way, there's the fucking remake. That's how you do it the wrong way, the right way. It's the original. There you go. Sort of an horror, sort of not an horror, that being the classic. I remember doing these. The original Alien. I always looked at Alien like a sci-fi, an horror movie. I loved the bit the test purser comes out. First time I saw that, I imagine a lot of people jumped out of the stain. The fulfillment of the alien, the fact that it's claustrophobic, he tapped on his alien-like planet, and the alien is basically doesn't give a fuck. Definitely doesn't give a fuck. He's killing people. I know when aliens come out, that was more of an action one. They altered that, and basically you had the Queen and that, but I did another one where it's in the spaceship and it's cocooning people. Yes, I've seen the theatrical and I've seen the director's cut of what happens to Dias. But it was an interesting one. It was an interesting one. Because my other favourite horror movies, why not? The Evil Dead. That's right, The Evil Dead. The original Evil Dead, I love. I like the Chandler work of the bit where Ass, played by Bruce Campbell, is walking in the room, and every time he walks through the room, he goes through the house. And it's hard to explain. You've got a Chandler, and it's moving, and every time you hear a sound effect, it goes wag, 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 wag. The blood and door was over the top, and I do know it was a student movie originally. And I do know originally they did a film called Beneath the Woods. Kind of find that film best of Britain. It's a cheaply done film. You can find it on YouTube. It's not the best quality, but it was a student film. And then they decided with the budget to do The Evil Dead. Yeah, the rape scene's disturbing with the cheese scene and everything, but, and I will say but, it didn't deserve to get banned. And in the era of the video nasty era, if you remember that era when videos was in the heyday and the video nasties were around, it didn't deserve to have the video nasty stamped on it like most of the other horror films. There was a lot more intense, a lot more bloodier and a lot more gorier films out there than The Evil Dead. The Evil Dead to me, it was a fancy tale, it was over the top, it had balls, big ones, and it was a good one. And that's what I loved about The Evil Dead. I mean, it was over the top blood and so on. I also like Evil Dead 2. Because with Evil Dead 2, I know they was playing it a lot more safer, but they threw a lot more humour in it. The blood was over the top. That's what I mean by playing it safe. I loved the bit at the end. I loved the bit where Asas that chainsaw, he says that line, Juve. The only one I'm not going to do when it comes to my favourite horror movies is Army of Darkness. Because to me, you know, it does have horror elements to it. I would say that with that one, it was more, how can I put it? It was more of an adventure movie than an horror movie. Even though it does have horror elements in it, it was more of an adventure film. But yeah, and that's what I mean with Army of Darkness. It was more of an adventure film, and no, it does. I keep saying that it does have horror elements. There's a few horror movies I like, you know what I mean, and there was my favourite. So there was my favourite horror movies. Horror movies I love. I'll probably go again onto the horror movies I hate and compete an utter spies, and then go into horror movies again. I compete an utter love. I do love the original Halloween, which is ironic as we are now going to Halloween. But I'm not going to say about them because I'm going to talk about the Halloween. Okay, right, better. I will talk about the Halloween films I hate, I spies, and then I'll talk about the Halloween movies I like. I mean, I remember another one I'll use, why not? I'm half and half. This one's called Baptismus from 1974. And we could say it inspired the movie when it changed to calls, but this was before it. I like the idea of this guy, he's phoning up, he's making a deceiving phone call all the way through it. You don't get to know who the killer is, even at the end, you don't get to know who the killer is. To me, I prefer that than the horrible, awful fucking remake where the guy looks like a frigging albino. It's all right, looks like a fucking albino. I prefer that than the original 74 one to that shit. I think it was psychological, it was suspenseful, and I'll probably talk about that near December time. But that's another one of my favourites. I'd say it's more of a thriller than an horror, but again, it does have horror elements. So they're my favourite horror films I like. I'll probably talk a bit more about horror films and so on, but until then, people, before Halloween, have a good Halloween. Until then, see you later.